ignition timing control. Next one is fuel injection control. Fuel injection control is done with the diesel engines. In petrol engines, the mixture of air and fuel goes into the combustion chamber or the engine, and the spark plug is ignited. But whereas in diesel engines, the fuel injection pumps are used. These pumps are to be operated in right manner. Okay, so for that also the ECU is doing all this sufficient amount of air flow or air suction, and you will also have sufficient amount of fuel, the air fuel mixture ratio. All those things are managed. How the fuel is atomized when it goes inside the combustion chamber, the fuel has to be atomized so that the fuel is just poured inside the combustion chamber. It will not get compressed and it will not ignite. It has to go as an atomized particle, small particle. It should go inside. It should be sprayed inside. So that is the work of fuel injection pumps. So it should be sprayed inside the combustion chamber, and that moment the compression should happen, and that compression will charge the start the ignition, and then the ignition will generate the power for the engine. All these things again continuously done, not one time, two times. It is continuously done over a period of several years. Okay, if you take fuel injection systems, fuel injection pumps, you need not change it at least for 5 lakh kilometers in a diesel engine, diesel car. So see the efficiency of these type of fuel injection pumps and fuel injection control units. So everything is connected to the ECUs, and all these things, all the mixture, everything is controlled by the ECU, right? Integration on optimization, that is combining the ignition and fuel management system. Okay, one side ignition is using the spark plug igniting. Another one is fuel management. How the fuel and air fuel mixture is done, all those things are calculated and done. So these two things should go seamlessly and hand in hand. You cannot have separately your ignition system and your fuel management system separately. So everything is connected. The fuel from the tank, the air from the atmosphere, both should come to the mixing chamber. Both should be mixed in proper proportion depending on how the throttle is given and what is the requirement for the power, how much power is required. Based on that, air fuel mixture has to change. Not every time the air fuel mixture is same, because you know when you are driving slowly, you will have a better efficiency. When you are driving fast, your efficiency drops. Why? Amount of fuel that is required, amount of fuel that is pumped inside is changing depending on how much speed you are going. So it has to calculate how you are pressing the accelerator, depending on that how much fuel is to be pumped, how much air should be pumped, and all these things should go into the chamber, and the right moment of the power generation cycle. There are 4 cycles, of course, you know, suction or the suction, compression, ignition, and exhaust. So all these 4 cycles has to be done continuously and correctly. All these things are done with the help of integrating this fuel system, fuel management system, and the ignition system. So additionally, it will also help you in minimizing the emissions. Okay, when you are doing this combination, combining this ignition system and the fuel management system, of course, you will achieve proper combustion. That will reduce emission. Okay, so that also it will reduce the fuel wastage. These are the advantages of combining ignition and fuel management system. And the next one is exhaust control systems, exhaust emission control systems. So exhaust emission control is another area of research by itself, because you know we talk about NOx emission and all the other harmful effects of using fossil fuels. That's why now we are moving towards hydrogen-based vehicles or EV-based vehicles. Of course, EV is also another type of pollution, but we are now trying to migrate to hydrogen vehicles. This we have discussed. So if you think about all these NOx emissions and other particulate matters, everything is coming out of the engine and it is going into the atmosphere through the exhaust pump. When it is going through the exhaust pump, then you should know how to manage it, how to control the emission. That's why we use a lot of exhaust gas recirculation system, catalytic converters. So many exhaust management system or exhaust emission management systems are included or incorporated into the exhaust system continuously. And nowadays we are coming up with sensors that can measure the particulate matters and all the NOx and all the other emissions while it is just transferred from the engine to the exhaust. So we replace a lot of sensors. Now the cars are having a lot of sensors to measure these emissions. So continuously you can monitor how your performance or how the combustion has happened and how much your vehicle is polluting the environment. I don't know whether you remember quite some time back, Volkswagen was in a problem that their emission control systems were predicting wrongly that the emissions are controlled or the emission is less in their vehicles, whereas the actual emission is much higher. How did they come to know? They could manipulated actually the sensors and the values that were measured during the exhaust. And they said our vehicles are better in exhaust emissions and we have better combustion of those things. But when it was actually tested, it was different. The values were very high, and that is because in 2016, I guess 2015-16, there was a big problem. It was in a situation. The Volkswagen company was in a situation to withdraw so many vehicles from the market, and they had to replace their catalytic converter and all the other stuff so that their emission is under control and it is as per the BS standards that were described or EU standards that were described. So this was one of the problems that was faced physically by or as a case study, read the problem that was faced by Volkswagen in emission control. Now, adaptive control algorithms again here also, depending on situations, how the engine performance, how the what to say, all the other combustion parameters, the driving range, the driving efficiency, fuel efficiency, all those things can be controlled. There are adaptive algorithms that can take charge of all these things. Okay, they will digitally control the implementation of these algorithms and continuously monitor, learn, and optimize the engine performance. So you have to continuously monitor. You will also learn from the engine performance, engine behavior, driver behavior, all those things. And it will also implement, the software will implement or the algorithm will implement optimized performance for the engine. So this is another thing which is now incorporated in exhaust emission systems and onboard diagnostics. As I said, you will also have onboard diagnostics. You will keep sensors. There are a lot of sensors that are placed in emission in the exhaust systems to capture the values of various types of emissions. As well as it will also tell you how much is the quantity of each and every component. And if there is a malfunction in the exhaust emission system, that also will be made with the onboard diagnostics. So this is done with the help of some lights, or it will be done with the help of some numbers, the digital values. Okay, now whatever cars for the middle class families, whatever cars they have, they will only have the lamp that will indicate the malfunction of the exhaust pumps, exhaust pipes. Whereas the high-end cars, they will have digital displays that will tell you what is the type of repair and other things that are happening in the exhaust system. And real-time optimization strategies are implemented so that how much efficiency or how much fuel should be ignited or ignited, and what is the use of turbochargers, how much air should be charged inside using the turbochargers, and all the other parameters that are to be maximized or minimized or optimized so that whatever performance that is expected out of the engine is carried out. And also during the cold starts, during acceleration, deceleration, all those things, all the transient conditions, it will optimize the emission also. Okay, how much emission, how much combustion is done, and how much emission is coming, how much control the exhaust pump can do, and what is the amount of the